Welcome back. New tonight, Congressman Joe Courtney took the House floor yesterday to tell his colleagues the story of Joyce Grayson. She's the visiting nurse who was found dead in the home of a registered sex offender last fall. Courtney told Grayson's story as he reintroduced legislation that would provide more protection for home health care workers.
She was an angel. That was the way she was described at the time that we as a state came together to mourn her. But her family has asked one thing. They want to see change. Their lawyer, Kelly Reardon of New London, Connecticut, gave an interview recently, and that was what the family is begging for. They don't want this to happen again.
And Congressman Courtney joins us now to talk about that bill. Congressman, thanks for joining us this evening. And first, let me ask you what else you told your colleagues about Joyce Grayson.
Well, first of all, I mean, she was sort of the iconic nurse. I'm married to a nurse. My wife, Audrey, and I have been married for over 30 years. She's a nurse practitioner and works at Children's Hospital. And, you know, the story of Joyce Grayson in terms of her long career, 36 years, you know, somebody who really took on one of the really tough jobs in nursing, you know, dealing in terms of behavioral health and addiction services, but clearly embraced it and saw it as really kind of her vocation, not just a job. And, you know, other aspects of her life in terms of a mother of 6 and was, you know, given the award for Foster Care Parent of the Year in 2017 by the Connecticut Department of Children and Families.
Wow.
I mean, just an amazing person.
So let's talk about the legislation then. Tell me about the bill. What's it called and what would it do?
So it's the Workplace Violence Prevention Act for healthcare workers and social workers. And this is a bill which, again, is not sort of a knee-jerk reaction. We've been working on this for years, actually, in terms of the rising tide of assaults, injuries, you know, just really violent behavior that people in all kinds of healthcare settings, whether you're an EMT, ambulance technician, or somebody working at a hospital in an emergency room, psychiatric hospital, nursing homes, and home health aides, where, you know, patient behavior is just, you know, changed in a way that is really different and really alarming. And that's something that the GAO, the Government Accountability Office, did a full study on and gave a, you know, national statistics 5 times more likely in healthcare sector to be victims of assault behavior than any other type of work in our economy. And it's really having a negative effect in terms of workforce burnout and recruitment. And so we all have a stake in terms of really trying to change this. The bill basically adopts voluntary workplace prevention standards that OSHA has worked on for over 15 years or so. And again, it puts in really common sense tools for workers in terms of getting them better trained to identify high-risk patients, to deal with high-risk patients' violent actions, to have, you know, the panic buttons and the alerts and the buzzers. And in some instances where you're dealing with somebody who clearly has been identified as a high-risk patient, just like the Grayson case, that you don't send people alone, whether it's into a hospital room or to someone's house.
Right. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you this question: if this bill had already passed and the protections already in place, say a year or 2 ago, would Joyce Grayson be alive today?
Well, you know, again, it's hard to speculate, you know, give a total black and white answer to that. But there's no question that where these types of practices have been adopted, the level of injuries and violence has gone down. Again, this is being done sort of sporadically around the country, but you know, we need to make this universal and enforceable for everybody, because you know, like I said, we all have a stake in terms of protecting the people who care for us.
Yes, we do. All right, Congressman Joe Courtney, we appreciate you joining us tonight, and we'll follow the progress of your bill as it works its way through.
Great. Thank you, Brent.